Hi, my name is Angelo Cifaldi. I'm a partner with the law firm of Wilentz, Goldman & Spitzer. I'd just like to give you a little bit of my background in the area of pharmacy administration. I graduated from Rutgers College of Pharmacy in 1981. I then went to Seton Hall Law School and graduated Seton Hall in 1984. My first job and my present job was at Wilentz, Goldman & Spitzer. I'm primarily a trial attorney with the Mass Tort Class Action Team. With regard to pharmacy administration practice, I've been doing it for over 25 years. I have extensive experience before the New Jersey Board of Pharmacy, the DEA, New Jersey Medicaid, various other agencies. Also, I am the adjunct professor of pharmacy law at Rutgers College of Pharmacy. I've been doing that for over 25 years. In addition to that capacity, I serve as a mentor for various externs that work on regular rotations from Rutgers College of Pharmacy. And in addition, I do numerous seminars over the last 20 years for pharmacists and pharmacy-related topics for various agencies. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Satish Poondi. I'm an attorney here at Wilentz, Goldman & Spitzer. By way of background, I'm a pharmacist, graduated from the Rutgers School of Pharmacy in 2005, after which I graduated Rutgers Law School in 2008. At that time, I joined Wilentz firm as an attorney, and my colleague Angelo Cifaldi in his pharmacy law practice. Angelo and I represented a variety of pharmacies, pharmacists, pharmacy technicians, and many others in the healthcare field. We routinely appear before the Board of Pharmacy, the DEA, Medicare and Medicaid with audits, and many other regulatory agencies.
Satish, as you know, being a pharmacist and practicing yourself, probably one of the most stressful areas in the pharmacy practice is audits. Can you explain what we have been involved in with regard to third-party audits, Medicaid audits, Medicare audits, and how we can help?
Yeah, it seems, especially these days, every pharmacy is subject to an audit by one or more different parties. We've certainly had pharmacies we've represented, both retail and hospital and other pharmacies that have been audited by third-party insurance companies, pharmacies that have been audited by Medicare, Medicaid, and it requires an experienced response. Even if the audit is for a nominal sum, it's important that I think pharmacies get a consultation from an attorney right away because of the many implications that an audit can carry. Both penalties, sometimes pharmacies are unfortunately terminated from the provider network, and that has a disaster for the pharmacy. Also, unfortunately, these days we're seeing a lot more of civil actions by the U.S. Attorney's Office, for example, in situations where we're looking at Medicaid and Medicare audits, debarment proceedings where pharmacists and pharmacy staff are actually debarred from the Medicare and Medicaid practice. We're also seeing in certain situations where these types of actions get referred for criminal prosecution. Now, this is not to get anybody afraid, but certainly the wide range of ramifications given an audit and how routinely it occurs, it's really important that pharmacies, I think, consult with attorneys as soon as they get it, especially because audits have strict deadlines that you need to respond by, and failure to do that can subject you to potentially additional penalties.
Now, with regard to audits, and again, we're obviously not casting dispersions on anybody that does the audits, but when we've been involved, do we routinely find that the numbers that they come up with are not always right?
Right. You know, one of the areas that I think we're helpful is in being able to double check. I subscribe, as you do, I think, to the philosophy of trust but verify. And it's important that you verify the audit results and not just take it as, okay, this is what it is, because many times we see, unfortunately, common errors that once we rectify or point those out, it can change the entire nature of the audit, because a lot of times we also see audits where they're extrapolating results results. So a small change in 1 or 2 prescriptions can have an enormous impact on the overall audit itself.
And when representing people in audits, is it important to have a background in pharmacy?
Oh, absolutely. I know that for both of us, our backgrounds in pharmacies are incredibly helpful because we understand what the prescriptions say, we understand the practice of pharmacy, we understand what happens routinely day to day in the operating of a pharmacy, and we're able to often communicate that to agencies where the individuals working there may not have had that experience. So I think our background is incredibly helpful.
One other issue I want to raise, you mentioned debarment. Could you just explain what you mean by debarment and why that's a problem?
Sure. Unfortunately, there are situations where pharmacists and other healthcare providers are debarred from Medicare or Medicaid. This means that even though they may have their license to practice, their ability to work and conduct employment with respect to Medicare and Medicaid prescriptions is severely limited, if not nullified completely. What a lot of times people don't understand is if they're in that situation, number one, they have a right to reapply and get back into the program, but they must do so affirmatively. They can't just wait and let the time period lapse. Another consequence of that for pharmacists is that a pharmacy that employs someone who's debarred may be subject to audits for every prescription that employee worked on, which over the course of times can add up to hundreds, if not millions of dollars, as you and I have often seen.
Thank you.